syncing your Outlook computer with Google Calendar. It's common for computer software to sync up in order to keep the same data throughout your computer and phone, or your laptop and desktop. However, sometimes this syncing doesn't go as smoothly as you'd hope. In this blog article about Google Calendar synchronization, you'll find that a few easy settings changes are just what your Outlook computer needs to get on the same page with Google Calendar. Switching to Outlook now that your Google Calendar is set up and syncing with your Outlook computer, it's time to take some quick steps to make the calendar work better together. First, be sure to sign into both calendars. Next, click on the Sync Settings link in the left-hand navigation pane of each calendar. In the Sync Settings page, make sure that the following boxes are checked. Use current settings for both calendars. Enable Swipe to change events. Now that these two settings are enabled, you'll be able to hop between your Outlook and Google calendars with a quick swipe. Simply move your cursor over an event on one calendar and swipe left or right to switch to the other calendar. You can also use the buttons at the bottom of the window to select a different month or year. If you're using Outlook 2010 or later, try switching to Mail as Web app mode. In this mode, Calendar will open as a web app in your browser rather than as an Outlook document. You can still sync your events with Google Calendar using the normal sync procedure. How to sync Google Calendar with Outlook. If you use Google Calendar as your primary calendar and want to use it with your Outlook computer, you need to sync the two calendars. The process is easy enough, but there are a few steps to follow. How to add events manually? If you need to add an event manually, follow these steps. 1. Open Outlook, free personal email and calendar from Microsoft on your computer. 2. Go to the Calendar tab and click Add an Event. 3. In the Add an Event dialog box, type the event's date, time, and other details. 4. If you want to add a location, select the pertinent option from the Location drop-down list and enter the address or coordinates into the text field provided. 5. To invite people to this event, select the Send Email checkbox and click OK. 6. Click Save to save your event. Adding recurrent events with Google Calendar. If you want to add recurrent events to your Google Calendar, you first need to create an account. After you sign in, click on the Days tab, and then under Events, click on the button. In the resulting dialog box, enter the name for your event, e.g., Daily Meeting, and then choose a start time and end time. Click on the Save button to save your event. Repeat these steps for as many events as you want. Once you've created the events, you'll need to associate them with your Outlook calendar. Click on the Calendar tab in the Outlook window, and then select the event from your Google Calendar list. Under Other Events, select Add to Outlook. This will add the event to your Outlook calendar as a regular appointment. Getting rid of duplicate events and reminders. Google Calendar can be a great way to keep track of important dates and reminders. However, if you have multiple calendars set up on your computer, it can be difficult to determine which events and reminders belong to which calendar. In this blog post, we'll show you how to sync your Outlook computer with Google Calendar so that you can rid yourself of duplicate events and reminders. To start syncing your Outlook computer with Google Calendar, 1. Open Outlook on your computer. 2. Go to the Calendar tab in Outlook. 3. Click on the three lines in the top left corner of the calendar window. 4. Select Sync with Google Calendar. /n. 5. Enter your Google credentials in the fields that appear and click on Sync /n. 6. Your calendar will now be synchronized with Google Calendar, and any new events or reminders will be automatically added to both calendars. Conclusion. It is safe to say that most of us rely heavily on email, calendar, and contacts applications to manage our lives. Unfortunately, if we lose access to any of these programs, whether it is due to a computer crash or an unexpected outage, we can quickly find ourselves feeling lost and out of control. Thankfully, there are a few easy steps that can help us get our Outlook computers and Google Calendar back in sync should they be lost or disconnected. First and foremost, make sure that all of your devices are up to date with the latest software updates. This includes both your computer and your smartphones, tablets, and other connected devices. Secondly, ensure that you have a backup of your important data. Whether you choose to save your files to a cloud service like Dropbox or store them locally on a USB drive, having a backup regularly updated will ensure that you're never stranded without access to your most important information. Thirdly, keep an eye on your organization's policies regarding password recovery. If you're unable to reinstall or access your email or calendar programs for some reason, make sure that you have adequate information stored in case you need it later. Finally, always be aware of potential security risks when using these applications online. Make sure that you are